Okay, this is the SawStop table stop. It's a very good saw. It's got a capability where it has a smart blade in it, so that if you inadvertently get your finger over on top of the blade and could cut your finger off, this has a mechanism in it which will automatically stop the blade like very quickly, like within a nanosecond. And so that's what makes this saw very safe. However, there are some other considerations that we have to take into on this. One of them is how the saw actually works, how to properly use the push sticks, and how to set the saw up properly. Now, before I use it, one thing I always want to do is blow the saw off. So I get my my air nozzle here, and I'll just make sure that the saw is clean and ready to use. And I'll blow the area around the saw so it's not slippery on your feet. Now I'm going to take this piece of plywood here and I'm going to cut it in two. Let's go ahead and measure the piece of plywood. I have my tape around here. Let me grab my tape. Pause. Okay, you have to turn it back on now. Okay, I have my tape measure here. And what I'm going to do is measure this piece of wood. Okay, this piece of wood is 18 inches. So I'm going to cut this down to 9 inches. So what I'll do is I'll take and release the lock on the fence, this red handle, and I'll move over here to where this sight glass comes directly to 9 inches. I'll kind of tap it in place until I get it dead on where I want, and then I'll go ahead and lock it in place like that. Now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and put this tape measure over here by the radial arm saw, and I'm going to raise the blade. Now, if you come around here and you look at the table saw, you got two handles right here. You got two cranks here. This one is the lock here. It locks the blade in place. It's already loose. So now what I'm doing, I'm going to use this one to raise the blade up. So I'm going to raise it up, and I usually put my piece of wood next to it to see how high the blade is. I like to be, for safety's sakes, I'd like to be about 1/4 of an inch above the blade. Now remember, on the SawStop, it has the ability, if your hand accidentally gets here, it'll automatically stop the saw blade very quickly. I don't want to find that out. I don't want to find out if it'll actually do that or not. So I use push sticks to keep my hands about 6 inches away from the saw blade's operations at all times. Now these are for standard like plywood push sticks. You can make these using a bandsaw or a CNC router. And this one right here is a thinner push stick if I'm cutting thinner pieces. Okay, the saw is now set to 9. Now what I need to do, since it's got a vacuum system on, I want to go ahead and turn the vacuum system on. Our shop has a built-in vacuum system, so I'm going to turn that on. I'll come over here and push the green button for the dust collector. And you can hear the dust collector cranking up. Now, we know that the saw is correct. We got to arm the saw now. So what I want to make sure is I'll make sure my piece is out of the way. Set to 9. You know, it'll say cut once, measure twice. I'm setting over here at 9. Now go ahead and arm the saw. If you look right here, we have two red buttons. This little smaller button arms the saw. So when I turn this on, you're going to get a green light and a red light. The red light will flash until that it knows that the SawStop mechanism is on, and it will clear. When it clears, then I can use it, and you see here, I can pull this button out, and that will turn the saw on. So I'll turn it on. Okay, now I'm going to turn the saw off. I can do it by letting my knee hit that like that. So that keeps my hands free. Now, before we actually start cutting, let's talk about the saw a little bit. Granted, this will stop automatically, but it can still get you hurt if you have what's called kickback. And that's where the piece will actually come off and slide back and get you. So what you have to do is make sure that you're never standing in the path of the blade. You will stand over here off to the side. Now, before you start cutting, you always want to check your piece to make sure there's no nails or screws or anything like that, or staples in it. Nothing metallic is in the wood. Now, this wood has a slight bow. As you can see right here, it's kind of rock. Well, the best way to do it is to cut with the bow side up. You know we're set to 9, so now I'm going to take this push stick and put it right here so I can use it to put pressure against the fence. I use this push stick to put right here in the middle of the 9 inches so I can cut. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and turn the saw on first. Move this over here, get up into the fence. I will never take this push bit past the front of the blade. That will give me the opportunity to have a push that could possibly make it have kickback. I don't want it to kick back on. I'll just gently put pressure here. I'll go ahead and I'm putting this push bit halfway between here. And I'll just put gentle pressure. Down through. This back. Pull that out of the way. I'll go ahead and turn it off with my knee. I'll wait till the saw stops spinning. Go ahead and move that out of the way so it's safe. Okay? Now, once it stops spinning, I can take this piece over here and I can use it. Okay? It's a good piece. I'll go ahead and set up the table behind me. Now, I want to cut this piece here. I want to take basically an inch off of it. So, let's go ahead and measure it using our measurement here. Right now it says that it's 8 7/8 thick. So what I'm going to do is just set it to 8 inches. So I'll come over here with the sight glass on this side of the saw. I'll move it over here to 8 inches. I'm just going to have to kind of touch it over here. I'll do this a couple times and I'll lock it in place. Okay, set 8 inches, ready to cut. Make sure you got all our tools ready to clean. This one right here. Okay, ready to go. Go ahead and turn the saw on. Turn it off like that. Wait till it finishes spinning. Now I can come and get my piece. Okay, when I'm through cutting, I'm going to get the saw back where it's safe. Go ahead and turn the arm off. It's got arm on. I'll turn the saw off so there's nothing power going to it. Now I'm going to lower the blade. We'll lock it in place. Raise the handle. Move this up over the saw. Okay? Lock it down. Now I'm not through yet. You've got to blow the saw off, getting dust off. Come over here with my air gun. Okay, so now the saw is operational, used by someone else, and I've got my 2 pieces of cut wood that I need for my project. Okay. Hit the red thing. Turn the air off. Turn the air off. Mike, turn the air off.
What I said.